Hi everyone, I hope you're staying safe out there. This is how you're going to access your Google Classroom. So first of all, you're going to go to google.com, then you're going to go to the top right where your icon is at. Go ahead and click on that icon. Go to your school Gmail account. It's always going to be at lcpsmail.org. It's going to ask for your credentials, so log in. I have mine logged in for security reasons. From here, you're going to go to your waffle. These are your Google apps. They look like a Rubik's Cube. Go ahead and click on that. You're going to have all of these options here. I'm happy to teach you how to use any of your Google apps. If you're ever looking for something, just scroll down and then go to more from. They don't make it the easiest platform to find things, but you just got to scroll. So you're going to go into Google Classroom. If it prompts you to, then log in. If you go to the top right here, this is how you create or join a class. So you'll be creating a class if you're a teacher. You can name your class. You can put whatever you'd like here. The only thing that you need to have is this top one, and you can always go back and rename it by clicking the three dots at your home screen. So this is how your class is created. You're going to go up here to select theme. You can create it however you'd like, with whichever one you'd like to use. They have preset options. And you can make these. You can use applications like canva.com or old school PowerPoint and then just change the dimensions. For now, we're just going to use something that's already there. So when I send out a code to my students to sign up, you can click that button and then this button to get big. Of course, that's only for if you're in the classroom. Remotely, you won't need to be doing that. You'll just send out this class code. The students will log in the same way they did to their Gmail account. First letter of their first name and their last name. It's the same as their LCPS or I guess their Synergy. Okay, so right here you can share anything. These are where your announcements will be. So I'm going to send it out to my entire Google Class remote learning. You can see down here all the classes that I have on here, but I only want to send it for this class, which is cool. Canvas doesn't have that option. You have to send it, put it in your announcements for each class. I want to give it to all students. Once your list of students compiles, they will all be right here. So if you want to send enrichment activities for certain kids that are gifted or kids that need a little bit more differentiated instruction, you can always put that on there. Absent kids that are making up work, etc. However you guys are handling your remote learning. And share with your class. You're going to say, hi students. If I want to add something, I just click on this add button. I can go to Google Drive. I can copy a link, attach a file, or a YouTube video. So I'm going to go to images and I'm going to go to, let's just say, welcome back. Boom. I'm going to choose this for simplicity. I'll try this one. Cool. Not my best work, but I'm not going to take the time. I just wanted to make sure to show you how to do it. And as you could see there, you had different options. I accidentally clicked it to go as a live announcement, but if I wanted to go back, I can edit it. I can delete it. I can copy the link and share it maybe on my class dojo or my Remind or wherever else I'm using. But one more time, this is how you choose which class it's going to. This is who you direct it to. This is how you add. You can always cancel, and then you can always schedule. Let me go ahead and go back to this one. I missed something. That's going to make me put a new one. So I'm going to go back because I don't want to delete that one. And put save for later. Well, I don't want to post it right now, but I want it to post every single morning, so I can just schedule it. It will schedule at a certain date and time. Or I can save a draft so that it will post at a later date. And you can see right here is where you would go for saved announcements. I'm going to delete it. Trash can. Up here on the top, you can see where it says Stream, Classwork, People, and Grades. This is your Setting tab, your Google Apps, and this will tell you how you're logged in. If you're using your home computer, you need to make sure that this stays as your lcpsmail.org account and doesn't switch over to your personal account. At the top left, you can see all of your classes are there, similar to your bar on Canvas. You can create a class calendar of when you want things to be done, a to-do list, and then these are all my classes. I can go to archive classes, so if I want to look at last year's classes or any classes that I've archived, and this is where you get to your setting button. You can turn on and off to receive your email notifications, so people can comment on your post, comments that mention me, classes I teach in, etc. Use these preferences as you'd like. This right here will tell you where assignments are due. Classwork. This is where you put anything that's due. So you can create assignments and questions, use topics to organize classwork into modules or units, and then order the way you want to by dragging it. Like I said, your Google Calendar and Class Drive folder will be set up for this specific class. So let's say we want to create an assignment. Here's where your options are: assignment, quiz, question, material, reuse, post, and topic. You can create an assignment. Your quiz assessment, I think it'll link you to forms. Actually, I haven't played with that one, so we'll get back to that one. You can ask your class a question, like discussion questions. This is where you would put like your syllabus or what you want everyone to have access to throughout your class. If you want to reuse a post that you used before for classwork, so if you have another assignment in another class and you're like, oh, I want to use that for this one. And then the topic. So if you wanted to create a topic, so our topic for this session would be like how to. And then inside here, I could put an assignment. Oh yeah, this is a cool new feature. Create a rubric and use it for grading or providing feedback. While I'm over here on this section, Originality Reports, this is something that some Google Classroom users are getting to use. It's fairly new in the last 2 years, and that will kind of check to make sure students aren't all turning in the same assignment. So our title was number 1, how to. My instructions are optional, but I think it's a good idea because it will remind you of what the assignment was about. So please watch one Google how-to video. I can put points. I always use 10 points. It makes it easier to give 100. I can put in my due date. I can put in by midnight. I want to add it to my topic of how to. I want it to go to my Google class, and I want it to go to all students. I can once again schedule, save a draft, or discard. I'm going to assign. Let's check out the quiz. Yep, it did create a Google form. So I hadn't used it since it's done that. Oh, this is something cool they do. They have some Chromebooks, obviously, with Google owning, being part of the same company. They have that option. So we'll say number 2, quiz. You could do a Google form here, like just asking them questions. So please fill out this quiz. You could ask questions like, oh, and grade importing is cool. So if you want to do an assignment, you can import those grades and it grades it for you as long as it's multiple choice. So we're going to go into forms, and this is probably a whole nother class. I'm happy to do one. Okay, we're going to title it number 2. I forgot what we called it, but we'll just put quiz. And then we could say something like, you have access to the computer. You can see my little Grammarly is automatically showing up. I do love that feature. I haven't re-put it on here. You can see the suggestions go add all, yes, no, or maybe. I only want to add yes, and I want to add no. Answer key, so this is how you'll grade it. This should be the correct answer. I'm going to give it 2 points for simplicity. You could add answer feedback here to say, well, to do this, your and then I could put a link on here, possibly to like Internet Essentials, which is the Comcast program. I think they're giving 60 days free, and I'm not sure if that is correct, but it's worth checking out. I've been a huge advocate of them for about 10 years when I was working in the Gadsden district. So link to, I'm going to plug that in, and I'm going to put free or less expensive for sure, internet. I'm going to add it, and then I'm going to save that. So if somebody takes this and the question asks, do you have access to the computer? I guess I should probably make this a little neater. Do you see how I had to get out of that screen to go back into here? Do you have access to the computer? I need to make this a required question because it is important. All of these are your toolbar for forms, but like I said, that's a whole nother class. I'm going to label this my fake Google class training. So automatically now that's going to link, that's ready to go, and assign it. People, this shows everybody in your class. So all of your students that log in with this class code will be able to log into your class. Once again, they'll go to their lcpsmail.org account. They'll go here, they'll go to classroom. Then they'll go to the plus sign, and right here they would click on join class. And that's where they would put in that class code. Once again, right here. Grades, this is a fairly new feature, and because my class doesn't have any, but it kind of just looks like a grade book. Super cool, super easy to function, very user friendly. Here's your settings if you want to go in and change that class name, see your class code, allow students to post and comment. I'll go ahead and leave it on in case you guys have any questions. This is if you want to show the condensed notifications so that it's not so long. I mean, it's very simple. Guardian summaries. So this will send out an email. You can set it up to where it'll send an email out if kids haven't done their work, like if there's a 0.